Last year, or 2 years ago, Royal Commission, they established a new strategy for all Royal Commission. And last year, they started annual business plan for each sector. And in each sector, there is an administration, and each administration, they will develop a plan according to annual business plan for the whole organization. And maybe you noticed last year also, there was imposing of a rule, and that rule is not everybody is getting excellent. Why we are saying that? Because it's been noticed during many years, the percentage of the people who get excellent is more than 95% in the organization. So it means that we are super in what we are doing, not only in YIC or YTI or YUC or in any different administrative. So it became some kind of granted that I can do whatever I would like, and then I can get an excellent. So they became generous, and they said during last year, the maximum percentage that the people will get excellent is about 60%. So changing from 95 to 60%, people even, they found it is not acceptable because I used to get excellent. So they worked during the last 1.5 years in how we can improve the way we measure the performance. And for the people who went through accreditation, most of the departments, they know part of the accreditation is the performance, how you measure the performance of the employees. And since we have different programs and different accreditation bodies, you will not find one standard. So we looked at what are the common things. It can be measurable for the performance, and whatever we have extra, we can do mapping for it. Besides, during the last 2-3 years, a lot of initiatives came in picture. And the number of students and the number of functions increased. So the responsibility sometimes, you find someone is teaching, and he is also handling some task in the department. He's also handling sometimes some kind of course evaluation or course coordinator or program coordinator or department head, or it will go up to the management level, to the DMD, and also to go to MD. And also most of the people in general, they are academicians. If you will tell me it's too late to do it or to say it, I will say yes. But we have to implement it. And it's similar to the previous one. The only difference, the previous one, the HODs, they used to have or to use different mapping mechanism of the way how they're gonna measure the performance of the people. Let us look at the beginning. This is the previous performance appraisal for the staff or the academic staff in the colleges. By the way, the same thing for this year they are implementing for certain level, what they call it in RC, level 1 and level 2 and level 3. All of them in the administrative point of view, all of them they will use the new different performance appraisal. And in that new different performance appraisal, if you get 100%, it means that you're gonna get in the old performance good. Because good, the meaning of good, that someone can do his job. It's not excellent someone is doing his job. No, good is doing his job. When you go to very good, wow, this guy can be noticeable among others that he's doing very great job in the department. If he's gonna be excellent, sometimes they say excellent, similar to the one who's walking in the water. But before, someone coming on his time, either it's from 7 to 4 or something like that, according to the position he's doing, it will be excellent. No, that will be rated according to the strategy of the Royal Commission now in a different way, a different format. So this is the previous evaluation format. It has different weights for different things. It has items, and these items is just concentrating, as we're going to see now, in the analysis according to the categories of the new performance appraisal. It's concentrated into 6 categories, I'm sorry. The categories that we have now, the first one is the job knowledge and the technical skills. Why we call it job knowledge and technical skills? Because sometimes people are teaching theory, and sometimes people they are teaching practical or labs or workshops. The second one is the quantity and the quality of the work, because now we have accreditation system, which means that we have to follow certain rules and certain criteria in the way we develop our courses or sometimes teaching our materials. And that's what you notice maybe in the last 2 years. There was training programs for staff, and also the IT, they worked very hard in installing in each class some kind of technical equipment to help the staff to deliver their knowledge. And also they utilized the way Moodles, it became more usable by people. I remember last year we recognized a few people who were super user for Moodle, but now it became part of the practice. Everybody is using it in every day. So the categories, the third one, is the initiatives. So if we look at the percentage, the job knowledge or the teaching by itself, it goes around 48%, and the quality and quantity of work it will go to 26%, and the initiative about 6%. In the teamwork, because we are part of team, sometimes someone is teaching the theory and someone is teaching the lab. Sometimes you don't find any coordination between the two people who are teaching the same course, but they don't have any kind of coordination between them. The innovation and the change, and maybe you notice that we start pushing for people to develop some research, working in certain criteria, how they develop their teaching materials, and the establishment of the concentration of a different directions is very important. So the innovation in the previous evaluation or performance appraisal is 0, and the leadership, it was about 4%. Even though this is the same appraisal we use to evaluate the department heads, and if the DMD also from the academic staff, it's the same evaluation that we are measuring. While in the organization, as you go on top, that the value or the way of measuring the leadership has to go and increase in that direction. We can send to you all the presentation and also the form of the appraisal form. It will be sent by Dr. Abdel Gader to you about it. So what happened? The change is being happened. The change now, it categorized people in 2 categories. Categorize someone who's doing just teaching, and another category who are doing teaching, but they are leading responsibility and managing some kind of activity in the department. Let us go from the department level up. For example, program coordinators. And program coordinators, they will be considered as a leadership position. So the way that they will be valued, they will look at them from that point of view. And it will go up to the department head, it will go to the DMD, it will go to MD. Everybody will be evaluated in this kind of format. The new performance appraisal, actually it goes in the green color and the yellow color. If you notice in the green color, in the previous one, it was concentrated more into the job knowledge. Sometimes you can find people, they are very good in their knowledge, but maybe they are lacking a way how they can transform their knowledge or to use their knowledge in the college. Maybe they keep their knowledge to themselves, or they abuse the way how they deliver the knowledge. So the weights now, it goes to 35%. For the people who are doing administrative job or leadership position, you will find, because the teaching limitation for them goes to 20%. The quality and the quantity of the work, because there is now more regulation for the accreditation processes. Because at the beginning, we know when we went to the accreditation, we know that we are going at this stage or that stage for the paperwork to get the status. But after that, we start forcing the accreditation in our real life. It's not just a paper or a logo that we put it in our printed papers in the department. No. To be some kind of a real life implementation. This is the objective of the accreditation. So when it comes to the quality and the quantity of the work, you will find here it's increased. It went from 26% to 35%. When you look at the people in the management side, they have to put different efforts by really putting some kind of organization structures. You find the percentage is different. So when it comes to the initiatives, you will find the initiatives here, it went from 6% to 10%. When it comes to the teamwork, in the previous one, it was about 16%. But now, part of the teamwork is being went to the leadership. In the new one, you find it will goes about 10% in both. For the initiatives or innovations, and the change in the organization, it was 0, it went to 5. For the people in leadership position, it goes about to 10. For the leadership, here you will find the shift between what was here and what will be here. So you will find your department head now will play more in leadership position responsibilities. Okay. So what is the categories that we are looking for? The categories, as I said, the job knowledge, the quality and the quantity of work, the initiatives, the teamwork, the innovation, and the change. And all the evaluation, the form also is written in Arabic and English. للزملاء اللي يتكلموا العربية، الآن التقييم الجديد بيركز على المعرفة الوظيفية وجودة وحجم العمل المنجز وروح المبادرة والعمل الجماعي والإبداعية وقابلية التغيير والقيادة. تغيرت المسائل، وهذه categories يعني ايش؟ مجموعات. لكن جوة المجموعات هناك تفاصيل. Because inside these categories, the previous evaluation form, it was about 10 or 8 categories, 12 categories. The new one is about 30 different questions. It will be categorized in a different group. So this is the way how the final evaluation form, the new one, looks like. Let us go inside. It has about 4 pages. They will send you a copy for it, so at least you know about it. And also, they will work with the IT people, how they're going to make it in the system. So once you plug in the, for example, the employee number, for example, all the information about the employee will come directly in the pages. Okay, it's the same form, but you are using it for both the staff, the teaching staff, and also the people who are doing a leadership role. The only thing is we put in the model different weighting factors, because the weighting factor, it can contribute in the way of different calculations. For example, the one who's doing teaching position, you will find the weighting factor will be 7. Whatever the result will be multiplied by 7. The same thing for the quality and the quantity of the work. The initiatives is about 2, the teamwork is about 2, and the innovation is 1, and the leadership is 1. The good thing about this evaluation, it's dynamic. Maybe at a point of time, we find in the organization we have to push more toward the innovation and the change. So it means that this weight can change. Or maybe in the organization, you have people with different responsibilities. So these weights for those people can change. For whoever is in leadership position, the weights are 4 for the job knowledge, and 4 for the quantity and the quality of the work, and 2 for the initiatives, and 2 for the teamwork, and 2 for innovation, and 6 for the leadership. So the overall points will be in this kind of format. So let us look at the detail of this evaluation form. As I said at the beginning, is the employee number or the pay slip number. Once you put this number, directly you will find that the information of the person will come and appear, and all this information will appear. The only thing or responsibility of the department head will put, he will click either in a leadership position or in a teaching position. If he click in these things, the weight factor will be different. So the program will do the calculation for that one. So as I said earlier on, the leadership position will go for the MD, the DMD, the HODs, and the program coordinators, and the committee chairmen. The good thing with this kind of evaluation right now we're going to use, it doesn't just evaluate you in one point. Because when the department head will put the mark, it will be out of 5. All the marks will be out of 5. So just when he's going to put the mark here, will be pull down menu, he will choose the number that he will look at it. Part of the numbers, it has from 5 to 1 or not available. Because sometimes some criteria is not implemented. Sometimes it asks about implementing the safety issues in the workshop. Sometimes people, they are teaching in the classrooms. There is no workshops or safety. But how the department head, they do the evaluation, they will just try to do some mapping by understanding the way that people are doing their job. So it will calculate the results, and it will put here the average. So you will find now for the job knowledge, there is an average number for the job knowledge. حيكون التقييم لكل واحدة من القضايا الستة الرئيسية في قضايا فرعية. القضايا الفرعية اللي موجودة فيها حيكون تقييمها من 1 إلى 5. 5 معناها أعلى شيء، حنشوف دحين الآن إيش معنى 5. 1 أقل شيء. إذا كانت القضية دي ما تنطبق على الشخص، ففي NA اللي هو الرمز اللي يقول إنها إيش؟ لا تنطبق. فما بيدخل هذه القضية في مين؟ في الوزن اللي خاص بهذا الجانب. طيب الأرقام، the numbers that we are talking about, what's the meaning of the numbers? And this goes with what RC implementing for all the employees. If someone NA is not applicable, لا تنطبق. 1 fails to meet job requirement, لا يلبي متطلبات العمل. If he got 2, some deficiencies, improvement is needed. So it means that he has deficiencies, but it's some deficiencies. So that thing need to be worked on. Why? Because later on in the planning and development and also in the staff development, they will look at the areas for what people they need some improvement. So they will arrange with the department heads, arrange with the individuals, and also later on the individuals themselves, when they're going to have some kind of a planning and development for them, everybody will have what we call it IDP, Individual Development Plan. That Individual Development Plan will go for the things that he's having some kind of shortcoming on it and how we can improve it. When you go with number 3, meets normal job requirements. So when you put number 3, it means if someone is meeting the job requirement. So this is very important. Number 4 is above average in meeting job requirements. So it means number 3 is the average of the department of the people who are meeting the requirement. 4, he is above average. And number 5, he's most of the time he exceed the requirement. It means always exceed normal job requirement. So we're going to look at it with these numbers, not looking at it from a point of view of 5, it means excellent, 4 is mean very good, 3 is mean good, 2 is mean satisfactory, and 1 is mean below or not satisfactory in the levels. I will give you an example. If you are teaching course in the college, and all the students in the college, they are taking in that course excellent. What that mean? The knowledge that that course is adding, everybody by default is knowing it. So either we have to change the level of the knowledge of that course, so it will add value to the people, or that course became known. For example, now they are developing in Saudi Arabia the curriculum in the high schools. If we're going to keep the curriculum that we're going to use in the prep year similar to the previous years, what will happen? You will find the students who are coming from high school, they are way up than the curriculum that you are giving. So you have to go and improve yourself. The same thing when we go to the 3rd category for the initiative. It has also subcategories and the teamwork. And when we go to number 5, in the innovation and the change and the leadership. Let me look with you about the leadership. As I said, in the annual business plan now, for the RC, they're going to look at a certain criteria. And they will measure each department and organization, their achievement, according to how they achieve their goals. That's the reason in the leaders, if they can help in setting the goals for the department and organizing team to coincide with the needs of the departments, develops strategies to achieve results and accomplish tasks, organize work, coordinates activities with peers. When they say it with peers, it means either the peers inside the department or with the peers outside the department. So there is no solos, everybody is isolating from others. No, we are one organization. We can, all of us, help to achieve that thing. And part of what we are trying to achieve in the future, the senior project design, why right now the mechanical people, they do the senior project design. The electrical by themselves, they do it. The IMT, they have different senior project design. But if we can create teams, those teams, someone from the electrical, someone from the mechanical, someone from the chemical, someone from administrative or IMT department. Maybe the IMT department one who can do the logistics and who can do the marketing sometimes. So they can create something as a project or something. It can have a value. At the end, we will have recommendations, which I know most of the departments, because the previous evaluation form, it asks you if you give him excellent, you need to write why you are giving him excellent. Or if you give him very poor, you have recommendation for improvement, you will write the recommendation of the improvement. But in general, just it's a filling numbers, and then it's been signed. It will go to the upper level, and also it will be signed, and it will pass. But the feedback, how people can improve themselves, is not there. Because the objective of this kind of evaluation, we have to discuss it with our employees. They need to know the reality. If they are below the standard, they need to know that. If they are above standard, they need to know how they can achieve also higher ground from what they have. Let us look at an example. For example, the first category, this person, he will have these kind of categories. For example, let us look at the last one. If in a workshop environment works in a safe manner. This one was in the previous evaluation form. What if someone is teaching, for example, the English Language Center, or someone is teaching in the theory classes? He doesn't have that kind of the workshop environment that he need to take precautions for it. So for that person, this is not applicable. And you will find the person who is responsible about filling these things, he put some grades for this person. We go to the second level. The second level, after they put the number, it will be calculated and it will be averaged. The points will be calculated, the point that he get these kind of numbers, and it will be divided by 4, not by 5, because the not applicable number, it will not go according to the calculation. But we will not for the department heads. We cannot put more than 2 not applicable. So as the person, nothing of this will be implemented on him. It has to be very categorized. Okay? And then according to the weight for this person, the weight, if he will be as a teaching, it will be multiplied by 7, so he will get 28 from this part. And the program will calculate that for it. And if he's in a leadership position, he will get calculated 16 from this part. And it will go to the second level, to the different categories, and they will fill it all in that kind of categories. So if this person, according to the same, maybe you have 2 people, they get the same grade of the things in all the categories. If he is in leadership position, he will get, I'm sorry, let me bring the second. Okay, this is the teaching staff. If he is a teaching staff, you will find this is the maximum points, and this is what he get. So he get about 80.4. Okay, so 8.4, it will go later on in the mapping scale to go with the RC bylaws, that he will go in this category. If he's in a leadership position with the same grades, we will find that that guy is about 74.8. So maybe we choose someone because he is good in his knowledge and we put him as a responsible of a group of people where it need administrative skills. So maybe that person will do him good to go back into the teaching maybe position, and we can develop. If there is nobody, unless that person, as they say in Arabic, ما في البلد إلا هالولد, if there is nobody accepted this person, our responsibility to do training programs to improve his skills. And this is what we're going to do with the staff development program. So at least we know the needs of all these things. In some of the categories also, last year, if you recall, we established the student evaluation, and it's from the system. And that student evaluation, whatever the grade that he will get from there, from the system, it will go directly to this evaluation. And the student evaluation form, it's about, the weight of it is about 7 points, which is about 7% for the staff, teaching staff member. So it will go directly for that one. So that student evaluation form has to be more effective, because part of the client that we are using is our students. So this guy will go into the category of good. Okay, so this is how we're going to use it this year. Is there any shortcoming? It could be. But the feedback will come from whom? From the department heads, how we can improve it. One of the ideas to improve this one in the future, it's the categories. Right now you see sometimes you have 5 categories or 4 categories. Maybe we can pull down menus. It has more different categories, and these categories is not redundant. It repeats itself. No. It shows the differences that we have in our organization. At the same time, it can show with the future the different things the different accreditation bodies require and they need. But for us all, this year, this kind of evaluation format is being used. And the RC people, they are sending it directly to the people. The other thing, who will approve at the end this kind of evaluation after it will be done by the department head? It will be approved by the managing director of the college. Why? Because we need to see and sometimes to defend the things about the evaluation of the people and how that will add to the organization and to add to the categories. Because sometimes there are people, they have problems, but they don't recognize their problem, but because nobody is giving them feedback about these issues. Right now, we're going to talk about it with them. We're going to talk about, you are good, maybe in the knowledge that you have, but you have a problem with the teamwork. Or maybe you have a problem with the way how you are handling your colleagues in the department. Or sometimes you are handling the responsibility that you have as a department head. All these things will help with this evaluation. So we said that we're going to make this presentation to you to know much about it. And we're going to send this presentation also as a PDF format to everybody. At the same time, we're going to send the evaluation form to everybody in a PDF format. So people, they will use it. If people not from the academicians, they receive it, they know that this is just only for the academic purpose, for the people who are in academician positions. But for the admin people, RC, they are using this year also another evaluation format. And I'm aware some of our colleagues in the admin positions, they have gone through different workshops with the new administration position that they have in the RC, where we have Mr. Nami Sharif who's handling, he's the director of that part of the administration who looks at the performance appraisal of all the people in the organization. I think most of you know Nami. He was in the staff recruitment, and now he's become a director for a new division, and this new division has been established this year, and they will start forcing the use of these things to look for a better future for our organization. This is what I have about the presentation, and now the floor is open for discussions and things, so at least we will take it, either we will take it in consideration, but if it's for the argument's sake, this is why we decided to do the presentation, because we find RC already they send it to the people. So that's the reason we are doing the presentation, to make you aware about it.